Have no reliance on your means and your efforts, and your sacrifice and your struggle, but have reliance on Allah. And so, what was the dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? He says, "Oh Allah, if you were to destroy this group of believers, then you will not be worshipped after this on the earth." Because if this group of Ansar and Muhajirin were to be destroyed, no one will be left to worship Allah. So he beseeches and he petitions Allah with his prayer. And then the coming of Fajr arrives, and the Sahaba gather, and the Prophet ﷺ instructs Bilal to make the adhan. Yes, even in times of war, the sunnah are erected and fulfilled, and the adhan is made. How about in the times of peace? How about in our abodes, in our homes of peace and security? Where is the adhan that is made? If in the times of war and difficulty, the Sahaba and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam are keen to fulfill the sunnah and the shi'ar and the symbols of Islam, how about us living in comfort and ease? Why we find it easy to steer away and divert ourselves from the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? So he orders Bilal to make the adhan, and he gathers the Sahaba in their rows in order to prepare themselves for one of the greatest prayers that they will ever pray in their lives. Salat al-Fajr in Jama'ah on the morning of Friday. And the ulama of fiqh say that after Salat al-Jum'ah, of the best prayers is Salat al-Fajr in Jama'ah on Friday. And so they pray, the Sahaba, the best of people with the best of people, on the best of days at the best of times. For Allah. And so Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam enters the prayer by making the opening takbir, Allahu Akbar. And the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum, they do not hesitate one moment. They say Allahu Akbar. And this is a lesson to you and to I, O believing male and female, that upon the takbir of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam we make takbir without hesitation. In our salah and outside our salah. Sam'an wa ta'an ya Rasulullah. We hear and we obey our Rasulullah. So these were lessons of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to the Sahaba, which they were able to absorb even in their ta'ah and their ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And on the other side, whilst the Muslims are performing their Fajr prayer, the enemy are discussing something extremely important to them. We have arrived, but the caravan is safe. We've received news from Abu Sufyan that the caravan is safe. Should we stay and fight Muhammad and his people, or should we go back to Quraysh? And so discussion occurs amongst them, and 2 or 3 people of Quraysh, they come up and they say to Abu Jahl, "No, look, we came out to defend and to give support to the caravan of Abu Sufyan. It's now come back on its way to Mecca. Everything should be fine. Let us go back." But in the end, Abu Jahl puts his foot down and he says, "I'm going to go and camp out at Badr, and we're going to have celebration. These are going to be days of joy for us. We're going to drink wine, and we're going to sing, and we're going to have our women sing, and we're going to eat and slaughter, and we're going to make it a spectacle such that all the Arabs and surrounding tribes will see that we have come and defeated the people of Muhammad." Pride and arrogance. Pride and arrogance, even at that particular place. That's what destroyed Iblis, and that's what destroys the followers of Iblis. And Abu Jahl, as the Prophet ﷺ says, was the Fir'aun of our ummah, of his ummah. Musa had a Fir'aun, but the Fir'aun of Abu Jahl, of the ummah of Muhammad ﷺ was ashad and more severe than the Fir'aun of Musa. Because the Fir'aun of Musa, when he was drowning, he accepted Allah. But in his death, Abu Jahl, he still had pride and arrogance when he was on the battlefield in Badr, dying. And the Sahabi would come to him and converse with him, and he would allow himself to die in pride and arrogance until his last breath. And so the conclusion of Quraysh is that they continue with the battle and they do not return on the instructions of Abu Jahl. And so he sent someone to go out and inspect the army of the believers to see how many there are. So he goes out, he looks, investigates, calculates, come back. He says there are about 300, give or take a few. There were about 300. He says, go back and make sure that they have no assistance coming from behind. So he goes on the outskirts and far and close to make sure that there's no one coming, no support, no backup. And he confirms this, and he comes back.